Welcome to my channel. My name is May and I like to make things weird. So today we're going to be making an item from the last GISH hunt, the 2020 GISH hunt, and it's making a painting of a sort of landscape where you would have liked to go on holiday in 2020, but obviously none of us really got to go on holiday, so we're making a painting of it instead. And it's basically where your dream holiday would be. Now, as it is GISH, obviously there is a twist, and that is that you're not allowed to use any paints. You're only allowed to use coffee or tea. So that's the catch, and it has to be in the style of Ma-Xia, which is I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but it's a Chinese painting style that it's well known for, like, wide landscapes and the feeling of endlessness in their paintings. So that's sort of the style that we need to do it in, with coffee and tea. So I'm not going to be drinking this. I'm going to be painting with it. Let's dive in. Got ready 3 different types of coffee, all of which are instant coffees but in different strengths. So I'm hoping that will give us some sort of different gradients. And then I've got 2 teas. One is a herbal tea, which obviously is a lot lighter, and the other is what we'd call in the UK a normal tea. In case you're wondering, yes, these are medical pots that we don't use for our work anymore, but they are very convenient pots, so I steal them, wash them and use them for things like this. Now, I also have a load of paintbrushes ready, a palette, some extra water, and some paper towels, and I've got some watercolor paper ready. Now I've got a hot press and a cold press, the difference being that this is very smooth, the hot press, very smooth paper, whereas the cold press has a bit more texture to it. As you can see, it came in a scrawler box, which is a art subscription box. if you guys want to see me make something with a scroller box in the future, please just let me know. We can definitely do that. Pretty sure this one came in a scroller box as well, but as I said, this is a hot press, so this is very smooth paper. So what I want to do first is figure out which paper would work best. So I'm going to take a sheet of both of these and just use that to swatch things out on. That would also give us an idea of how the different strengths of coffee would look, and the tea and how they interact together. So let's get started. The cold press definitely dries much quicker, but I'm thinking that looking at the colours, I think the hot press is actually better. So there's a little bit more contrast, even though the herbal tea in neither one really showed up. So I don't think we're going to be using much of that. The tea and the coffee are actually quite similar. There's a slight difference in shade, but they look quite similar. There's a little bit more of a hard edge around here on the cold press than it does on the hot press paper, but I'm thinking that that might actually help with the details and everything. So I think I'm going to go with the hot press paper, and I am going to tape it down on well, the back of another sketchbook, just so we can avoid any warping, seeing as I think we're going to have to use quite a bit of water. So what I want to make is basically the view onto Machu Picchu. I have actually been there and it's amazing. So I kind of want to capture that, have that sort of view. I think I'm going to actually turn it like this, just to get a little bit more of a view of the whole. So basically I want to have the mountains in the back, and then have the ruins sort of in the middle. And if we can get enough detail, I'm going to try to put a llama's head right in the corner. So this is the initial painting that I've made, and even though I kind of like it, I do feel that I can do better, more in the style that it was supposed to be, and I think it's not as open and spacious as I think it needs to be, and I've been sitting here looking at it thinking I can do better than this. So instead of just going with an inferior thing, I am just going and doing it again. So this is the final product, and I am very happy that I did it again because I'm a lot happier with how this turned out. It has a lot more of that open feel to it, and I think that has to do with the fact that there's less like fully coloured in spaces, and it sort of goes from darkest to very light in the background, giving it sort of a more open and wide, spacious feel to it. So this is what I'm going to be using for my picture, and I had in mind something that has to do with dreaming of your perfect holiday, and sort of falling asleep in a very much coffee infused state. So I'll set that up and I'll show you the picture that I've taken that would be my submission. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time, and by all means go try this at home. This is something fairly simple. You don't need anything fancy for it, just coffee or tea. Both of them work pretty well. I use mainly coffee just because I like coffee, and I thought that gave me the sort of look that I was going for. But if you only have tea bags or any sort of tea in your house, you can still do this. You can still make it. You might have to leave the tea bag in for a very long time to get some of the darker colours, but you will get a nice painting. So if you feel like it, please go make something and leave a picture on my Instagram account. I'll link it down below, and have fun with it. So I hope to see you in the next video.